Hello and welcome to episode number 14 of Rally Point.
We survived E3.
We survived E3 and we won a buttload of awards at E3 as well.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Big congrats to the whole team on that one.
Very exciting times.
Very exciting times.
Damn!
We survived Rezzed as well.
We survived Rezzed.
Which
Fantastic.
it was a fantastic show. Very intense.
Very intense. Very great. We got to meet a load of cool fans. We got to show off Rome 2. People got hands-on with the Battle of the Nile. It was great. Fantastic. I'm sure you've seen some of the reports on the forums. The fans have been asking, of course.
The fans have been asking in droves. But
You guys have been asking, please can we have some more info on the AI in Rome 2?
Indeed. Now, we could pretend to know about the AI in Rome 2, but we don't.
No.
So, we sharpened your questions, as opposed to us via Twitter and Facebook and things like that.
Yeah.
We sharpened them into a fine point and buzzed them at Julian McKinley, who is an AI programmer.
He is, Battle AI programmer. Yeah.
Battle AI programmer.
Hi, I'm Julian McKinley, Battlefield AI programmer on Total War Rome 2. So in Rome 2, we have invested more resources into improving the Battlefield AI than I think we have in any Total War game to date. So some of that has gone into fixing bugs, polishing and iterating on what we've had previously. But we've also developed a lot of new technology altogether, so we have an entirely new siege battle AI. So the settlement environments in Rome 2 are much bigger than anything we've had before. The smallest settlement in Rome 2 is probably comparable to the largest one that we had in Shogun 2. Because of this, the AI really needs a deeper understanding of battle tactics in an urban environment. You know, you have a heavy built-up environment, a big network of streets and courtyards, marketplaces, plazas, and so on. And the AI really needs to be able to know how to navigate that environment effectively and also what tactical implications it has. So the result is a new AI system which can block off streets, which can split up its forces and actively defend or attack specific points in the map, which can execute outflanking maneuvers inside a settlement environment and split its forces up and attack an enemy position from multiple fronts. We've also taken a number of battle types that were in previous Total War games, where there's a deep asymmetry to the gameplay, such as river battles and ambush battles, and we've built dedicated AI systems for those battle types. The AI in those battle types, as a result, will really actively try to exploit the asymmetry. In an ambush battle, the AI will try to, if the AI is ambushing the player, the AI will really try and trap the player and prevent them from escaping. Or in a river battle, the defending AI might actively utilize the crossings and bridges and try to block those off or position defensive formations accordingly to try to stop the player from getting through. So I think one of the big factors here is that because Total War battles are so varied, we have a dozen different battle types, dozens of factions, hundreds of units. We really need to be able to respond dynamically to whatever the game throws at the AI. So what we really can't do is go down the path of having AI solutions which have a heavy scripting element to them, because then after the player has played, dozens of battles, they'll start to notice that the AI is doing the same thing every time. Particularly because, Total War, some people will play the game for literally thousands of hours. And also we want to support modding, which means that the AI might find itself in a position where it's got an army composed of units which didn't even exist when we were making the AI. So the AI really has to be able to sort of think on its own rather than just do set things that we tell it to do. In a lot of games, it's possible to script specific behaviors which seem really intelligent the first time you see them, but because the game doesn't require that behavior to be run more than a handful of times, you can sort of get away with that, whereas we really don't have that ability. So that's an interesting question. The AI obviously is trying to win the battle, so it will do whatever increases or maximizes its odds of winning. And because of the combat bonuses that we award to holding high ground, it's often in the AI's interest to, if it's in a defensive position, if it's going to win when the timer runs out, then often the best thing that it can do is take high ground and hold that position. Now, of course, that requires that you have a battlefield where the most prominent defensive feature is a hill, and you have the right selection of units where defending in that position makes sense. And that seemed to be a very common scenario in Shogun 2, largely because of the geography of Japan and the particular selection of units that we had in Japan. That will probably be less common in Rome 2. So we're gonna see a much greater variety of battle types, of environments, of geography and landscapes in Rome 2. So whereas that's probably a legitimate tactic, it will be available to the AI less frequently. So the reality here is that it's not the same issue necessarily that surfaces on different Total War projects, but rather it's a class of problem that can have the same sort of symptoms. And it comes from the fact that there's quite a deep spatial analysis and tactical reasoning problem for the AI when it's got a large number of units mixed up amongst a large number of enemy units, and it's trying to work out which units should attack which units and which units should try to defend against attacks from other units. And the problem also is that the general is often quite a strong unit. So the AI often evaluates the AI as being quite effective, and it wants to use it proactively. But we have to model the fact that the general is tactically important beyond the melee capabilities or the missile capabilities of the unit, and also is important in the campaign context. So we've introduced a new system in Rome 2, which gives the AI much more sophisticated forward modeling or prediction of the outcome of a battle or a fight between two specific units. So the AI is now much better at going, if I charge that unit with this unit on the side, and I have this many men, and this is my morale state, what will probably happen? What's the expected outcome of that matchup? And this allows the AI to really reason about things on a much deeper level than it could before. So we are experimenting with some Roman era formations, such as the phalanx formation. And this is something that we can do, but it can be a bit tricky because, as I was saying before, we really want the AI to be sort of a dynamic, flexible system. And we don't really want to create sort of scripted behaviors where it does the same thing every time. So what we need to do is adapt the existing AI to be able to recognize cases where those sorts of formations are useful and give it the ability to sort of construct those formations out of the particular group of units that they've got, so that if somebody makes a mod and they include a bunch of spear units, for instance, but they're custom spear units, the AI will be able to figure out that it can take those units and assemble a phalanx formation with them.
Will we have mechanical elephants that breathe fire and destroy enemy walls in one hit?
DLC.
That is it for episode 14.
Yes. Thank you guys for putting your questions together so we could aim them at Julian.
Yes, and in fact, why not ask us more stuff, and we can put it straight to the developers. Leave us some info in the comments below. Tell us what you want to see from Rally Point and what questions you want answering.
Heck yes. Right, we've got a ton of shows to prepare for, and we've got a Rome 2 to be shaping.
Yeah, all roads do lead to Rome, so
We out.
we out.